What's good? What's good? It's your boy DJ Fury. I'm back with another video today. So I'm gonna get right into it. So you on YouTube, you watching tutorials, and you hear this thing called color, and you hear a lot of engineers talk about it, but you know what I'm saying? They don't really explain to you what it is and what it's for and why it's important, especially why it's important to this genre of music like hip hop, rap, and all of that. So today I'm gonna hop on my mic. I'm gonna just talk a little bit, and I'm gonna just show you what color is and how it's used, and you know what I'm saying, why it's so important, especially to rap and hip hop community, as far as legendary preamps and stuff. Like, a lot of people use the vocal chain. They go into the Sony C800 or a Norman U87, and they put that into a Neve 1073 into the CL1B, right? So that's the usual professional chain right there. Now that chain is probably about 10,000, something like that, close to that. If you let's see, yeah, the Norman 3400, the Neve, you can get those. You can get some of those around 1,200 now, like straight from Neve, and the CL1B is around 3,400 too. So around $8,000-9,000, around $10,000 to use that vocal chain. But yeah, getting back into the video, I'm just talking to the mic a little bit. Zoom my camera into my SSL, and I'm gonna show you like the functionality of it too, and how it can emulate. Well, it's not really emulating; it's actual harmonics, so it's not an emulation. But I'm gonna show you how it can sound like a tube preamp, or it can sound like the Neve 1073, which is a transistor, right? So yeah, I'm gonna show y'all that. I'm gonna put my headphones on, and I'm just gonna talk through the mic, and I'm gonna show y'all how this SSL alpha channel, this is the X Logic alpha channel, how it emulates. Well, I wouldn't say emulate, like I said, it's actual variable harmonics. I'm gonna show you how it sounds like an actual tube, and how it sounds like a transistor style 1073 style preamp. So you can hear me talking now. I'm gonna turn up right now. It's all the way. This would be a transistor style. You can see how the more I turn it, you can hear more that the third harmonics, and how my voice gets a little bit deeper in the mid range. So this is kind of the sound that you get with a 1073 style, and why people rappers sound so like big when they come, when they do vocals on that. So if I go about halfway, right in this area, right around this area, this is gonna be like a second harmonics, and this is like a tube sound. So it is an emulation, but it is like harmonics, like I said. So this is the second harmonics. So this would be like a tube style. And right now I'm coming in pretty clean, and I'm gonna show you exactly how it sounds if you push your preamp and dial it back on the output. So let's go back into, well, let me show you. This is the actual clean sound right here. This is all the way clean. This is the SSL natural sound right here. You can hear this. You can hear like how the thickness just came out of my voice. So yeah, this is like the SSL style, super analog style, like the real clean, Focusrite, ISA type style. You want to come in with like a really clean guitar or something like that. Acoustic guitar, you don't want to really put like nothing, no more harmonics on or anything like that. You use something like this. So let me go back into the Neve style. This is going to be all the way over to the third harmonics, right? So I'm gonna do all the way over, and as you can hear, my voice gets a lot thicker. So what else you can do with this is you can actually push. You can actually push your gain on the preamp and dial it back to get even more harmonics out of this, right? So if I turn up, and I am going through my Comp 3A Junior too, so it does have a little bit of the characteristics of the compressor too, but that compressor is like really the way I have it set up is really clean sounding, like it really not adding too much color at all. So let me turn this up. So turn this up like this, right? Right, and you can hear me. I'm a little bit louder, but see what you do now is you come to the output gain, the output trim rather, and you dial it back. So as you can hear, as I dial it back, kind of get back into that same range that I was in before. This is the same level, but you can hear how much more harmonics are in there now. I guess you would say like not distortion, but like a clean harmonic distortion, basically. And you can see me, I'm hitting the compressor a lot harder too, right? So that'll be the sound. Let's do it even. You know what? Let's do it even more. I want to go a little bit harder and just see how we can get it to sound. So I want to bring it up some more like that. Dial it back again. Let's dial it back again, and I want to dial back the compressor too because it's hitting hard now. So I'm gonna dial it back, dial it down, dial it down. Okay, now you can hear more cleaner sound. Let me dial this down too, so you know you can sit and you can play around with this. Because I'm gonna tell you the truth, I had this interface for, not the interface, but I had this preamp for a while, and I knew about the VHD that SSL offered, but I didn't know, like, you know, like is it worth it? And I didn't never tried it out. I never really tried it out until like man, it'd been like a few months ago. I actually started utilizing it, because at first I was coming in very clean. Like I had just the basic SSL sound. Like I had it about maybe like right here. I keep it like something like this, so it really wasn't adding a lot of depth to the vocal at all, right? So I just started playing around with it, started watching videos, you know what I'm saying, because I wasn't getting a lot of thickness out of my vocals that I wanted coming in, right? And like I could try to add some with plugins, but having it coming in already thick like that with the harmonics is always better. Like you'd rather have this analog harmonic distortion than trying to add it on inside of with a plug-in, right? So this is about what it'll sound like, and this is what you want when you doing rap vocals. Like you want something really thick coming in like this. So let's go. That's about halfway again right there. So this is just second harmonics, and this would be emulating like a great tube sound, Avalon. Just think about all the good tube preamps that's out there. That's kind of this kind of sound that it'll give you, that it's going after. Now, a better, I wouldn't say better, but like an actual tube preamp would probably sound a little bit better than this, but it does give you those actual characteristics. And this is just me. I'm just playing around with it right now. Let's go all the way back up. Okay. Super clean sound right there. Super clean. Around the second harmonics right there. About right there. Yeah. Then all the way. There you go. Let's do this even more. Let's just see if we can crush it. I'm just going to turn the gain up even more. Okay. Just turn the gain up some more. And you can see I'm hitting red over here. You can see it's hitting red right here. So this is like really crushing it. Cause this acts as a meter too. On this one, it'll show you if you're hitting it too hard. So right now it's hitting it way too hard. And I want to dial it back and just see what I get. So dial it back, and that's one thing that you get with this trim knob. Now, because the trim knob doesn't change the actual level that you're sending, right? That you're listening to. Like, well, no, I had it right. It doesn't change the level that you're sending. So even though I have this dial back, it'll be going into Pro Tools low. It still would be distorted, right? Because this trim knob just turns down the trim. It doesn't actually change the input of what you're putting in, right? So let's go to the second harmonics. Turn down the gain just a little bit, just so I'm not hitting it in the red anymore. So you can still hear how it can crush. So you could use something like this as an effect, and that's around the tube sound right there. And let's go super clean. I want to hear how this sounds dialed all the way down, like just SSL super clean, right? So this is the super clean signal coming in, and you can hear how like now it sounds clean, but it's still giving you a lot more thickness than it had at first, right? So let's dial this down, back down to a normal level, right? All the way back up. Let's go all the way back up to where I would usually be recording it, about around right here. And I would put my compressor back how I had it. So yeah, around this, right around this level. Let's hit the gain a little bit more. Hit the gain a little bit more. Right around there. Dial the compression back some more. Right around this, and around this is somewhere I would be recording my vocals at. Something like this. You get a lot of thickness out of it. Over somebody who's kind of loud, you know what I'm saying? They already loud already. Go around that second harmonic range, just somewhere in between, because you can dial in how much you really want and all that. So something around here. And that's my usual setup right there, man. Something like that. Get good levels going in the PT or whatever dial you're using. And you get that thickness that you want. Whole lot of thickness right there. Okay, alright. So I'm going to get back on camera and finish up the video. Okay, so in conclusion, this is my video. I'm just showing you like, man, I'm going on YouTube. What the heck is color? Why people keep talking about this? Why is it so important? Why is it such a big selling factor? And why do units that great engineers use say they have a lot of color to them and how great they sound and all of that? And it's just my tutorial, just showing you like what the VHD can do, how it can make that tube sound, how it can make that transistor style that, you know, a lot of that's great for those rap vocals that we do, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, in conclusion, it really just adds a lot of warmth and thickness. Now when I say warmth, it's just think of like lower mids. It gives a lot of presence and body down there. So harmonics, if you think about harmonics, bro, let's just say it like this. Just say you had a glass of water, right? And you took some food coloring, you just put a little bit in there, and you stirred it up, and say the food coloring was green or whatever. So you put it in there in the water, it turns like a greenish looking color. Like the whole, all of the water is green now, but it's not that dark. So harmonics, just say harmonics is like putting more food coloring into that water until it's as green as possible. And the more you put it in there, the more saturated it gets, right? That's what they call it, right? Saturation. So just think about it like that. Like just adding more actual color to water. Like just until it gets dark and until it's like when I was hitting the red right there, it gets saturated as possible, and then it's it start to distort, right? So just think about distortion, variable harmonic distortion like the VHD. It's something like that. That's all it is. It's just adding more body to something that it already has body, but you compacting it down, adding more on top. Just like, you know what I'm saying? Like I gave you the analogy with the water. Pretty much like that. Now the difference between gear is who can make that sound the best, right? Who can add that distortion on there and it sounds as musical as possible, or it sounds, or that distortion sounds good in a musical way. Cause you can go and in your DAW and just use the plugins that come with it and add some distortion to it. Now a lot of that distortion is like artificial. It's not like real harmonics being added to it. I mean, I guess it's real, but it's like it's a plug-in, right? It's not actually adding analog harmonic distortion to it, right? So yeah, that's my quick rundown. Let you know what color is, how you can use it, what it's for, why it's important to rap vocals, and why you should be looking for and why certain engineers use like Neve 1073s and all of that, and especially for rap vocals, why is the Neve 1073 the standard? Because it's gonna give you that thickness I just showed you. Now the Neve 1073 might sound a little bit better, but it's just the general idea of what you're gonna get with like that transistor style preamp and all of that. So yeah, quick video today. Glad y'all been tuning in. I'm trying to drop more content for you, more helpful stuff. And I'm trying to drop stuff that a lot of YouTubers are not talking about. Like a lot of people talking about the same things. So I want to give you the stuff that really matters and why you should spend your money on certain things and why not. Because it is really important to, especially when you're putting a studio together. When you're putting a studio together and you're not trying to spend too much money, you're trying to do it on a budget. Knowing the right pieces to buy and what they are used for is more beneficial than just winging it. So I'm trying to show you like the best things you can get. You know what I'm saying? Like this preamp right here, it's $1,200. You know what I'm saying? And it's a channel, and you get the SSL, the real SSL. You get the real SSL EQ on it, like from the 4000G. It comes right off of that. It comes with a limiter. I don't use it. Like I said, you get the VHD, get those, get that tube sound, get that transistor style. So yeah, like you could go with a preamp like this. You can go with something like you go with a preamp like this and dial in the distortion that you want. You know what I'm saying? Or you can go with something like a Golden Age 1073, their style. You're not gonna be able to dial in the harmonics the way you can with this one, but you would be able to do that trick where I showed you, where you could turn down your gain, where you could turn up your gain and turn down the actual trim going into your DAW so it won't distort, and get a little bit more harmonics like that too, right? So yeah, I'm gonna try to help y'all out, guide you to some good products, some good people to watch, and some you know what I'm saying, just learn this terminology so you can get your studio business off the ground, man. Because I'm telling you, you can. Studio business, there's a side hustle, can be really profitable for you, right?